Welcome back to another episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast, your bi-weekly connection through conversation.
I jumped in earlier.
Yeah, I appreciate
Let's
that.
go.
You're doing well. Hey, what's up, everybody? Speaking of doing well, we're doing well here in Rand's apartment. We're doing it live on location, and I have there's a reason for it, which we'll get into after the music break.
I still don't know.
And Noah still doesn't know. I have a great idea. I'm your host, Randy McLeod. I'm joined by Noah Garbutt. Noah.
Oh yeah.
Noah Garbutt. Good morning, pal. Thank you for joining me.
I was reading the papers you have up on the wall here. The One Punch One-Liner by Randy McLeod. And then I see there's a bunch of text behind it there.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Those are my stories, man.
I know.
Those are the 4 stories that I'm most proud of.
Every time I've been here, I've never actually
looked at them,
read them. It's just
don't
nice.
read them. Don't fucking read.
So
them.
there's multiple. You put multiple pieces of paper in picture frames.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna steal one of those one day.
Please don't. I'm really proud of them. Folks, I have a fun topic and I have a fun idea for today. I'm also going to be talking about some changes that we're making to the podcast for the next couple months. And yeah, we're going to have a great time. So please stick around for this episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry for the echoey sound. My apartment isn't empty, but it is echoey, you know? I have stuff on the walls. I got furniture. It's fine.
There's no soundproof panels.
No, unfortunately not. But there is a reason why we're doing this. 1.
They wouldn't let us drink at the makerspace.
2.
I don't know if that's the reason we're here.
No, there is a reason. So basically, our fallen comrades, Bradley Gertzen and Daniel Mosionier.
Rest in peace.
I was so excited to see them because I was like, man, I haven't seen these guys since December. It's been a while. I'm not even sure the last time I saw
them
Brad.
since last year.
And I was like, oh man, that's gonna be so exciting. We're gonna go to the booth. We're gonna have a great time. And then life got in the way, and now it's just Noah and I. Which is fine, which is great. Noah and I, obviously, we did our episode 2 weeks ago in which we talked about,
That felt like it was so much longer.
I'm not going to lie, that felt like December. I don't know where we are nowadays. But yeah, so to change things up from the regular format and not just have another, it's just Randy and Noah chatting again. I wanted to do something special. Noah, could you entertain the folks for a second?
Oh, God, I'll try. Randy, I swear to God, if you get down on one knee here. So he's walking to the kitchen right now. He grunted to himself. He's grabbing a knife from a drawer. He's walking towards me threateningly. What the? Why'd you? Ooh! Oh, I was right. We're not allowed to drink in the makerspace.
Exactly. Oh, cheers. Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
Hold on.
What is? Hey! Oh, he's even got the line. So, for everybody at home, and of age, we have alcohol, and he also whipped out a pre-cut lime from the fridge on a cutting board.
That was only 20 minutes ago. It's fine. If you want to grab a lime and join me in this special occasion in which we finally enact the Drunk Monkeys podcast.
Oh God!
Just it doesn't matter if it makes a mess. It's fine. Watch your eyes. I have two Ronies. I got 2 Coronas. They've been sitting in my fridge for a long time. I haven't been drinking for a while. But yeah, basically my idea was we're gonna do not the Drunk Monkeys episode. We're not gonna get this. This is just a casual beer as we chat and pour one out for PB Mart Brandon.
Oh, this is a fantastic topic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Before we get into that, though, first of all, cheers. Oh, you already went for the
Yep,
sip.
cheers.
Cheers, brother. God, Rona smells like weed. I'm telling you. Anyway.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. The way you smell weed on the air and how it is on the mouth.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yeah. So before we get into that topic, I do want to express a quick change that we're doing to the format of the show going forward for a little while. I am absurdly busy. I'm working a full-time job and I'm doing part-time school, and I'm trying to do this thing where I try to live life as well. and it's getting a little too much. So rather than trying to rack my brain, that is already like mental bandwidth is at a negative at this point. Every 2 weeks to come up with a topic and like, I don't know, research and like produce. We're just going to be doing just chatting format for a while. I'm making this change as I just mentioned because it's getting to be a lot, even though it's only January. But yeah. So anytime like there's an episode, it won't be like this is what we're talking about. It's going to be like hey, what's up this week, bro? What's going on? What's new with you?
What are we doing?
Which I think the best way to kick that off is to do this episode where we look at current events. And we look at
there's plenty of current events going on.
There's too many current events. I don't want any more current events. I'm not gonna lie. But this episode I wanted to chat about something that we have in common, which is PV Mart. PV Mart, if you have not seen, unfortunately is closing all stores across Canada.
It's kicking the bucket.
Kicking the bucket. A staple in the rural communities. And unfortunately expanded far too much and tried to be profitable in many sectors of the country and just was not.
You know that? Oh, Jesus. Where were we?
We were talking about PV Mart Brandon and how like PV Marts across the country, shutting down.
Yep.
Heard this on the news this morning.
So did I.
I was listening to 91.5, that like not like 94.7 sister station.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was, dude, what a morning. We'll get to this afterwards. PV Mart won't be the entire topic of the episode, but like this is just a quick, like I just wanted to, this is what's happening like right now, so I wanted to chat about it, and then we'll talk about some other things that's going on. But yeah, I was listening to 91.5 this morning, and they were like, PV Mart Brandon, or not PV Mart Brandon. I always call it PV Mart Brandon.
PV Mart Brandon, this is Randy speaking.
Exactly. Dude, the amount of times at Westman where I'd pick up the phone and be like, PV Mart Brandon, this is Westman Communications Group.
I'm so glad I don't have to answer phones with a jingle anymore.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's so nice. But yeah, Noah, where were you when you heard the news, brother? Officially, where did you hear the news?
Officially, where did I hear the news? Officially, I heard it on Snapchat.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We weren't supposed to know about that.
Come on.
Yeah, what's the company gonna do? What's the company gonna do?
We found out like what 4 days before it got like officially announced, and it didn't even get like officially announced. It was it was leaked from one of the other store managers.
Yeah.
So I mean, no, I think I was at work.
Yeah.
I was at work when we got the text that there was going to be a big meeting. To put it in perspective, we don't work there anymore.
Yes, I want to make this very clear.
We do not work there.
We don't work there anymore. I do want to like.
We have insider.
Yeah, we'll preserve the identity of the said person. I don't want that getting out.
Yeah.
But
what are they gonna do? Fire them?
I mean, yeah, great point. But yeah, that was a shock, and then obviously that was supposed to say under wraps NDAs. Nobody signed an NDA, but like the whole idea was like, hey, don't tell anybody about this. The news story had broke that they were shutting down a couple stores in Ontario.
22 of them.
Yeah. And but it wasn't supposed to be a widespread panic. But I'm just saying, rip off the Band-Aid.
Honestly.
They had to do. They got their hand forced.
One thing that I was so happy to be able to witness. It's like being on an inside joke and then seeing other people try to figure it out and everything. I was on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I watched somebody post in People's of Brandon group chat or whatever asking if PV Marts were shutting down.
Interesting.
The comment section was filled with all these theories and people saying, oh, no, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. When they were just wrong.
That's Facebook, man. I mean, you can just say whatever you want.
All these people were being like, oh, no, TSC is coming back.
TSC returns.
Oh, God. Can you imagine TSC coming back?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I guess for a little bit of context, folks, like, yeah, Noah and I used to work at, longtime listeners of the show know that we used to work at PV Mart. Mike used to work at PV Mart. Brad used to work at PV Mart. Guests on the show have worked at PV Mart, obviously Christopher and Tiani.
Yep.
And yeah, that was retail, bro. That was my first retail job. Your first job?
Was my first job and my longest stint of a job as well.
Yeah. Crazy. And it truly is an end of an era.
It is.
And obviously we don't know what's going to happen next, but
I was there almost from the moment PV Mart started in Brandon to almost the moment it ended.
Yeah.
I missed
You're
the
pretty
ending.
close.
I missed the ending by like 6 months.
And hey, you got out when you should have.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine right now? And obviously we're kind of laughing about it, but yeah, this sucks for a lot of people.
It does.
That sucks for
we
a
still
lot
got,
of.
We still got friends over there.
Absolutely, and I'm really bummed that now here's this. All right, start again. Start over somewhere else.
It's
now.
gonna be weird driving past it, especially.
I agree.
It's just gonna be weird driving past it and then just knowing that it's
what it used
not
to be
gonna be there.
Yeah. Do you think they demolish it?
No.
No.
Because the building isn't owned by PV.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The building is rented by PV.
Yeah.
So whoever owns the building will do whatever with it.
We'll get back to PV in a second, Mark. Or second. I almost call you Mark. I don't know.
Almost.
We'll get back to it in a second. Sobeys.
Do
you remember that there was a Sobeys in the South End next to Staples and the Liquor Mart?
Yes.
That building has remained empty since I watched Ant-Man in the theater with my father. So I think that was 2014.
Oh, no, it's been longer than that, hasn't it?
When did Ant-Man come out, Noah? When did it? Because Avengers Age of Ultron was 2012.
I'm pretty sure the Sobeys was gone before that.
Really?
I think so.
No, that can't be true.
I think so. You remember when? We used to have a Zellers?
I do, and then
I went to Target for
dude.
all of
I
the
watched
year.
a really interesting YouTube documentary about how it was a multi-million-dollar failure for Target to expand to Canada.
I believe it. They just didn't. The few times I was in there, they just didn't have anything.
Well, that was the thing they cover in the video, as supply issues, and this loops back to PV Mart, where Target had to get shit going.
Yeah.
Because the moment that they got these leases on these places, they were burning money daily. So they had to open these Targets. And then after they did, they were like, oh shit, supply. Right.
We still need stuff.
And getting stuff into Canada was really difficult. Opening Targets in remote locations was very difficult. Targets. It was a whole thing. And it failed. It failed within 2 years.
Yep.
Crazy. Obviously, PV Mart had a much longer thing. Yep. It had a much longer run, obviously it started as TSC.
8 years, I think.
8?
I think it was 8.
Really?
2016 is when PV took over from TSC.
Okay. I'm not sure.
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
This was like a whole skill testing question at the at the PV Mart winter or Christmas party that we got invited for. And I got it right, and now I'm double guessing myself if it was 2014 or 2016.
Right. Yeah. So you started in 2014.
Yep.
Bro, that's 11 years ago. You know what I mean? You were 14?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
You could legally work when you were 14.
Well,
right?
no, you need a work permit. You got to sign something. Get the manager to sign something and be like, okay, I allow this person.
Yeah, I probably had something like that.
I would hope so.
What's TSC gonna do? Fire me?
Not anymore. Yeah, I started in 2018.
Yeah,
it was 2018
after PV Mart was already established.
Yeah. Because I started at PV when I came back from Winnipeg, and that was 2018 because I started college in 2017. 2014, I was working at Quiznos, and that was my first job. Crazy stuff. Now that's gone too. Everything's gone, Noah. We're getting old.
We have a kick in KFC there now.
I've heard. I was going back through the episodes and I went to the fast food one. I was like, Dan fucking loves KFC North.
We
and
went
like
there.
everybody does.
We went there, and to be fair,
Stuff?
it was pretty good stuff.
Banging
It was
stuff?
pretty good stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts on Pizza Mart closing down? I was thinking about I was gonna text T and be like, do you wanna come do like a dance on fucking Pizza Mart?
I don't know. It's bittersweet.
It is bittersweet. I did like that job.
Yeah.
Like genuinely.
As much as after you leave a job, you kind of tend to shit on it a little
A
bit.
little bit. You get sick of it. You hit the ceiling.
I mean, in terms of a first job, it was up there.
Dude, it had monthly bonuses if you did well, so it incentivized doing well. We had great management.
Yep.
I enjoyed working with Chantal. I enjoyed working with Pierre. And just like there was always a homie on staff.
Yeah.
You know?
You made friends there, and that really helped make the day go by.
1,000%.
Is that it wasn't monotonous every day.
Yeah.
There was always something different that was going on.
I agree. Before we wrap up on the PV Mart, do you have like a favorite memory or like something that springs to mind?
Ooh, favorite memory? Oh, the one inventory when we were just both so tired.
Yeah, that was tough.
That everything we said was just the most hilarious thing ever.
There was a point, ladies and gentlemen, that like Noah we started singing songs, but Noah would just replace the beginning of every word with sh. So I mean,
Shma and Shmeef. And I think it was
it's still funny.
It was the 21st of December.
Was it?
No, the 21st of September. Like that song.
Oh, September. Yeah.
I like under my breath said it, and for the next like 5 to 10 minutes, we did not do any work because we were too busy just laughing.
There was a lot of like exhausted, like laughs at that place, like because
there was also the heat stroke laugh.
I was just thinking of the heat stroke laugh, where like one day Noah and I are outside, we're loading up customers all day, we're fucking
like
tired.
35.
It was so hot outside. We walked to the office to tell our managers something very important. And then we just like, I think we genuinely short circuited and just started laughing.
We just broke down. We looked like two bumbling idiots in front of the office door with like management waiting for us to tell them whatever it is.
Something very important.
And we're just laughing.
And we literally just were like, I'll tell you later.
I don't think we ever remembered what we were supposed to tell them.
Couldn't tell you. One of my favorite memories is Mike. Yeah, Mike and I used to like, there was a point where Mike and I were kind of like pranking each other on closes and openings. More so Mike pranking me, to be honest. So
I think I remember this.
There was one day where I thought I just outclassed him. I thought I clowned him out because basically you have to bring in a bunch of like outdoor equipment that goes on the front pad, and then you have to like use the forklift to bring some of it back.
I know exactly which one this was.
So what I did was, and like also you have to push in all the ride-on lawnmowers that
all
are
the
on
displays that are outside.
Absolutely.
During the day, they need to come back inside.
They gotta, because somebody might steal them. So what I did was I pushed all the lawnmowers into the greenhouse, shut both doors, and then forklifted a couple pallets of shavings and stuff in front of the doors, and then I can't remember what else I did. I set this up like Fort Knox. I'm like, you're gonna have like you have to unpack this in a specific order, otherwise this doesn't work. And he cracked it immediately. I was like, God fucking damn it. Mike's too smart. Anyway, that was a really fun moment. And like, of course, like doing planograms. Planograms were so terrible, but they were so dumb by the end of it, where we're just like, I don't know, just fucking throw this in there.
Oh God. It was great because like when we had to put out stock, we had to put it out in a specific order as like determined by somebody in head office
Who's never seen a
who has
fucking
never
pegboard in their
seen
life.
a fucking aisle of stock in their life.
Nope.
And like 90% of the time, anytime I got handed that paper, I would follow it for all of 3 steps and then just do the rest of it myself.
Yep.
Because
and it looked
made
better.
more sense.
Yeah, it looked better. I tell you what. Yeah, those are our hyper-specific memories and experiences in retail. Obviously, if you're listening to this and you've been in retail, you probably know. You
know all the crazy stuff that happens.
Wild stuff happens at the mart. I tell you what. End of an era.
It is. It'll be very interesting to see what becomes of that store.
Yeah.
Or if they get bought out. Do you think they'll get bought out?
I think they kind of have to because ag supply is genuinely really important in this city.
It is.
And
right now it's split between, or at least it was split between like PV, Total Farm, Co-op.
Yeah, Co-op's got
Very
feed.
rarely did you get customers coming in saying, well, I'll just go to Co-op. It was PV or Total Farm.
Yeah. But now that's going to change. And like
Total Farm guy's going to make bank.
I mean, if he can keep up, right?
That's true, yeah.
But it's going to be wild because we were open during COVID because we supplied feed, and that was an essential thing because like animals need to eat.
Well, we had vet supplies too.
Yep. We definitely had ivermectin. I tell you that. Don't even fucking get me started on that. But yeah, that was the whole thing of like, okay, we still have a job.
Yeah.
At least there's that. Like, at least I can still come into work and make a paycheck and not have to focus on what was it, unemployment or whatever. What was
EI.
it? Was it EI for COVID? I feel like there was a COVID thing. A lot of that is a blur.
That's so far.
That's such a blur.
Back.
Anyway, crazy stuff, Garbutt.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Me too. Well, who knows? I think they do get bought out by like a farm supply company.
They have to.
Yeah.
Right?
Like otherwise it doesn't work.
They like PV has such a huge share of the market.
Yeah. It just was pushing itself to markets that didn't need it as much or were very not well managed.
Yeah. And it'll be very interesting to see if that extends to like Ace Hardware and Main Street Hardware as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there was a lot of subsidiaries with PV. They bought a bunch of stuff. Crazy stuff, man. You hate to see it, but at the same time, it's also like interesting. It's like a car crash.
At the same
you
point,
can't look away from the car crash.
Same point. Bunch of stuff's going to be 30% off, so I'm probably going to have to go there and
make a quick little trip. Get some Milwaukee.
One of these days.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. Now let me tell you about my morning.
Yes, you keep
I was alluding to this.
Saying that you've had an insane day.
It's been an absurd day. Basically for work, going back to a different work story. Westman Communications Group. We're doing this thing today in Verdun to help with competing companies that are trying to take our customers, not take our customers, but you know what I mean. It's a competitive market. We're doing our part. So we were running this thing where we buy $500 of coffee at a local coffee shop, and then we on a gift card, and then we're like, hey, whenever somebody wants coffee, just be like, hey, it's provided by Westman Communications Group today.
Oh, that's nice. Very
nice, right? When they give a postcard, and it's like, hey, check it out, we have a new stuff. Really, really cool. The plan was originally is that my manager, who lives near the area, was going to deliver the postcards and pay for the coffee this morning because she lives near the area.
Okay.
Unfortunately, something came up where she had to go do something else, and I was like, "Ooh, okay. I guess I'll jump on that because like
falls into your lap."
Yeah, because basically we're like short-staffed. Like we need more marketing people, and we just don't have them. So I looked at everybody else that was in the department. I'm like, okay, so Tammy can't do it, and Bailey can't do it because we're launching a new website like this week.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow actually. And everybody's just running around with their head cut off. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll do it. You want to know what time a coffee shop opens, Noah?
Early?
7 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
How long it takes to get to Verdun?
It takes about 45 to an hour.
45 to an hour. All right. Let's say 45.
Okay.
I can make it in 45. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get to the office, and I'm like, okay, so that means let's leave at 6.
What time do you get to the office?
Typically, normal morning is 8:30.
Okay.
This morning I had to get there for 6.
Okay. Makes sense.
So that I could get to Verdun.
Yeah.
Pay for these coffees, hang out, give the postcards, see everything go well.
Yeah.
So imagine my surprise when I'm up at 5 o'clock, take a shower, as I usually do, have my coffee, out the door. Okay.
Sounds normal.
5:40, it's about 6 o'clock by the time I get to the office. Go up to the gate, which you need a key card in order to open the gate.
Yep.
There's a little sensor on the side. You tap that little bad boy, gate unlocks, push the gate open, whatever.
Yeah, it's a gated community.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. Imagine my surprise when I go to do that and my key card doesn't work. And I think to myself,
does it have a timer thing on it?
I think to myself, and I'm like, okay, well, I had to get a new like lanyard like thing to hold the key like card holder yesterday.
Yeah.
Maybe something fucked up with that.
Do you have an RFID blocking?
Well, I was worried about that
case?
because like I've had a problem in the past with my student ID card where because of a magnet charger, it like I keep my card in my phone. So then like for my student ID card, it scrambled the card so it wouldn't scan anymore. So I'm wondering, I'm like, is this what's happening? And I'm like, okay. So by the way, this is like 6:05. I'm like, okay, well, it's not working on the gate. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe they want to make sure that nobody can get in and randomly like take a vehicle or whatever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I go over to the doors to get into the building, and it's not working. I'm like, oh, I can't even get into the building.
They don't have somebody at that office like almost 24/7.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. So I sit in my car and I'm mad because I'm like, God damn it, man! I got up at 5 a.m.
I'm not gonna be able to make it to Verdun.
Verdun residents will not get their free coffee in time. So I sit in my car. I text my manager. I'm like, hey, by the way, my car's not working for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. So thankfully, she rolls up on the other side of the gate in one of the staff vehicles.
Okay.
Because she was like, her and another team member were going somewhere for the day.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. She goes to tap the thing. It doesn't open. And I'm like, what is happening? Apparently, and I was not told this, and I've never been told this, those don't activate until 6:15 in the morning.
Huh.
Yeah. So showing up at 6 was pointless.
I mean, like at our office.
Please tell me about your office.
We just have like little garage door clickers.
Scared his little lax over at 14th Street.
No. It's not, because the gates will automatically open. I think at like 7.
Okay.
We're
detailing how to get into our fucking locations.
We really are.
Ooh.
We're doxing our own offices.
Could you imagine? This gets pulled up one day. We're in an HR meeting. And they're like, so
the culprits entered the building at this time.
They were listening to the Junk Monkeys podcast when they were doing it. Anyway.
But anytime before that, the gate will remain closed, and you need to have a clicker to get in and out.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay. They get out the gate because there was somebody with them that had override access to the
I was going to say, how
scanner.
did they get in?
They had a person that had override access.
Okay.
So I asked them, like, keep the gate open. I got to go in, grab the keys for the vehicle I'm taking, and then I'm going to go. I'll shut the gate behind me. All fine. I get in. I get into the vehicle, and what do I see? A quarter tank of gas. I'm like, the last person that drove this vehicle didn't fill it up. And I'm mad. I'm angry. I don't do well on little amounts of sleep, Noah. Like, you need to understand. I don't do well. You may have seen it when I was working at BB Mart. I'd roll up and be like, don't talk to me for the first half hour.
Don't talk to
me.
Let me get my coffee.
Exactly. Let me eat my farmer's wrap real quick. Whole thing. So anyway, I get in the vehicle and I go to leave, and the maintenance guy comes out and he's like, don't leave the gate open. I'm like, first of all, good morning.
What's the maintenance guy's name? I should know this.
I mean, we don't have
His
to say
son
that.
works in my office.
Yeah. So that's basically the story, is that I talked to him and he's like, oh yeah, so the gates don't open until 6:15. I'm like, I fucking would have loved to know that. It's fine. So there's that.
Live and learn.
I get to the place in Verdun at 7:30 instead of 7, which is fine.
Okay.
Not many people rocking up to the place at 7 in the morning.
You got time.
Got time. Pay for the thing, sit down, have a coffee, and I just sit there for an hour. I'm playing some Pokemon TCG on my phone, and that's all I do. I take some photos for social media, and then I like 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. I'm like, okay, bye, because like that's all I really need to do.
Yeah.
Went home, worked a couple hours in the office, and then I was like, okay, now I have to go to school. So 12:30 to 4:30. Just finished that up. When I tell you that I'm just so tired, no, like I was looking at tonight, and I looked at the podcast. I'm like, fucking, how do we make this not happen tonight? And
I was
no.
gonna say, I'm surprised that like hearing all of this, I'm surprised that you still went ahead.
This is why, and like I'm sitting in class actually, and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm about to like do a presentation for like 5 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself like, can we bring the pod track to maybe the brewery so I can have a beer there? I was like, I don't want anybody like like interrupting us at the, and like if somebody sees us with microphones, they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? And I'm like,
Can I get an interview?
It's like, no, leave us alone. We give him like an unplugged mic, like a kid with like an unplugged controller.
Just faintly off in the distance, you hear drunken slurs.
But yeah, I genuinely was just like, I just want to sit and have a beer with my friends. Like that's all I need tonight. So,
Jesus.
Yeah. Good day.
See, yeah, sounds like it.
Great day. Great day. I haven't been this tired in a long time.
So you're basically just gonna pass out after this.
Pretty much. I like my schedule. I like having my
100%.
daily schedule.
Dude, I am all about schedules.
Yeah, okay.
In the morning, I always wake up I don't work until 8.
Yeah.
I don't need to be at work till 8. I wake up at like 6:20
Yeah.
because I have my whole routine that I need to do every day, and if I don't,
I'm off.
Yes, you
Yep.
feel off,
Yep.
and like I think I can get like irritable and stuff if I
Yeah.
don't get.
Dude, I was so irritable today. You have no idea.
Yeah. Westman's paying for this coffee. Here's a card.
Yeah. Just take my money.
Just take it.
I don't care. Yeah. I like my schedule is like 6 a.m. alarm goes off. I got to get to the office for 8:30, but 6 a.m. goes off. Snooze that bad boy till 6:30, which I'm not supposed to do. I know. I'm trying to get better at it.
I've never been somebody to snooze an alarm.
Well, but you like share a room with another person in that, like, if your alarm goes off and you keep snoozing it, you're probably going to annoy the other person.
I've still like even
Okay.
even then, like when I didn't live with Sam,
Really?
I woke up on the alarm. I don't get the point of having a snooze button. Why would you set the alarm for that time if you're not going to wake up at that time?
I give yourself another 5. You know,
Why
take
do you
5.
Why do you want to wake yourself up so you can go back to
Well,
bed?
see, that's the thing. You account for the snoozes, though.
No, just wake up on the alarm.
No. You account for the snoozes so that, like, oh, I want to wake up at 6. Therefore, three 5-minute snoozes means that I set the alarm for 5:45.
Listen, man, it makes sense when we had alarm clocks that you could only set one alarm.
Sure.
But we have technology.
I don't like the phone alarm. The phone alarm doesn't work. I need, like...
What do you mean it doesn't work? It doesn't wake
It
you
works.
up?
It wakes me up. The problem is I keep my phone on my side table when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
If I do that, I will not get up. In that, I'll just keep snoozing it because all I have to do is move my arm and that's it. So what I've done and what I've found is the most effective is have an alarm clock on the other side of the room. I have to get up to physically go do it and move to shut it off.
Yeah.
And I still snooze it 3 times.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I get up at 6:30 after the snoozes because I account for that. I account for the snoozes. So do that, hop in the shower. Do that till around 6:45-ish, 6:50. By the way, character development. I like showers now. Big fan of
Thank you.
showers now.
Finally.
You know what? I was wrong in the past.
You know what? It takes a big man to admit when you're wrong.
It does. And I'm a big man. I was thinking too. I was like, okay, how do we get views on this episode? I was like, okay, so episode title is just gonna be like, we got drunk on the pod, or no, like we find like the idea. I think is gonna be super clickbaity, but it's gonna be like, we drank live on the podcast, and it's just gonna be a beer,
Just a singular beer.
Where was I? Oh yeah. I was trying to think of like
now.
Yes, but before we get back to that, I was trying to think of like what clickbaity shit can we put in like in this episode. I take these like progress pics of like my gym journey. I'm like, throw that on there. Throw that on there. Maybe that'll get some... It's not even that impressive either. Like obviously to me it's very impressive, but like to any other standards, it's just like okay, so like
face and everything with a big question mark on it.
You don't know it's me. You don't know.
Who could this be?
It could be anybody.
Who could this big man be?
Big man. Because I have like a picture of myself back in January 2024 that I keep like comparing the new pictures that I take to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, the difference is sizable. Like it is tangible, which is great. But it's also like a thing that I'm like, wait a minute, dude. I started down that track and I was like, oh, no train left, no train track left, no train track left. Just gone, man. Anyway, back to showers. Like them now. Big fan. Take my shower in the morning. It's a great way to like set myself up for the day.
It wakes you up.
Yeah. Wash my hair every day. I know like a lot of people are like, I don't know about that. I like washing my hair every day.
I mean, if you're not using product every day, then yeah, go for it.
And I'm using good stuff now. I'm using great stuff now.
There we go.
I downloaded this app called Yuka, which you can scan like
and it basically gives you a breakdown of all the ingredients and everything.
Yeah, and it like gives a rating of like this is good, or this is great.
Yeah.
I'm in the great range right now. Which
hey, there you go.
So do that. Then to the kitchen. I already pre-brewed the coffee. Coffee's ready to go. Have myself
pre-brew the coffee?
Yeah, you just set a little timer.
Oh, you have a timer for
yeah.
Okay. You don't snooze that 1 3 times?
No, I don't. Shit the fuck. So make breakfast. Go do the other things that require that I require to get done, which is brush teeth, throw product in hair, and then throw like facial lotion on my face. And after that, it's just make lunch and out the door I go. You know, it's a good routine. It's a good system. That system was messed up this morning. Didn't like it.
The day's a write-off.
The day has been a write-off, bro. And I've had to do 2 presentations today.
Fuck that.
Good Lord. I had to talk to my creative writing prof and be like, hey, I'm writing a sad story about a fisherman that's losing his memory. And he's like, cool. I'm like, great. Thanks.
Cool.
And then I had to go talk about wolves in medieval poetry.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That sounds sick.
Well, it's crazy, Noah. Here's the thing. Let me tell you about this because it's super interesting, definitely. Medieval poetry. There's this guy named Robert
Munch. Yeah, I've heard of him.
No. Robert Hemingway. No, it's not Hemingway. Anyway, he wrote this fable based on Aesop's fables, which are like the fables that we know, like about animals that are like teaching morals or whatever, right? And he like has this like wolf, but the wolf acts as a confessor in the story. And so I'm like, why do you choose a wolf? Because like a wolf is typically shown as like this vicious, untamed creature that's like a predator. All of a sudden, he's like this religious figure. That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you use a more religious figure animal? So I basically gave a 5-minute presentation talking about like, this is what I want to explore in my essay. Yeah.
Because priests are predators.
Well, see, and that's what I threw in there, bro. Yeah, because like I'm like, is this just him being very like?
Is this him
not
traumatic?
Yeah,
trauma dumping.
Yeah, I don't know. Wolf in sheep's clothing is basically what I went for. Think about it. Hypocrisy.
Pastor and
crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Pastor in wolf clothing.
Exactly. Yeah, I like these just chatting episodes because like my mind definitely just bounces.
I feel like that's what a lot of us just do.
Yeah.
And a lot of us just excel more at just kind of going with the flow as opposed to following strict structure.
I agree.
I was actually really excited when you said that we're just going to be moving to a just chatting thing, because I think it's better for us to have a minor topic that we want to brush up on.
Yeah.
And then we're able to more flexibly
is a word.
Flexibly fill smaller spaces.
Yeah, I agree. It allows like a lot more freedom in like allowing the conversation to go where it wants to. My pushback to it in the past has been that like sometimes it can get a little like unless I have an iron hand when I'm hosting,
It can go off the rails.
it can go way off
Yeah.
the rails to the
Yeah,
point I'm like, how do we
100%.
get back? I don't think like if I go in with the expectation that it's supposed to go off the rails, that's the point.
Yeah.
Obviously I'll corral if needed, but yeah, it's good stuff. It's great stuff. Yeah. How was your beer?
Very good. It's been a long time since I've had a Corona. Actually.
I adore Corona.
They like we used to have them a lot when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Corona was like our beer of choice.
Yeah.
When we were ever
We go to
hanging out.
BP patio.
It was
We
always
grab Ronies.
It was always Corona. And then for a brief, well, I guess a few years, we all started kind of just like trying different drinks and everything.
We were meeting new people, you know.
Coronas have always just been solid.
Yep.
Like I think we stopped getting them because it's like, oh, like we had them when we were kids. Like this is what kids drink. And
No, I
everything.
never stopped.
No, they're just good.
They're just good. As we both take a sip. Plus with the lime, I mean, come on. That's just the X factor that I need of like, oh.
You know what it was? Maybe we drank too much of them.
Yeah.
And we got sick of them for a little bit.
That was me with Twisted Teas, bro. I genuinely can't drink a Twisted Tea anymore.
No.
Like ever
too
since Carter's
sugary,
birthday.
too sugary.
Oh, I can't even smell it. Like it genuinely makes me like not upset, like emotionally, but like it makes me in a state where I'm like, I don't like this memory. Bad stuff.
Too sugary, and like every time I taste one, it like doesn't go to my stomach. It goes to like
Somewhere else, some secret
else
location
in my body,
You know,
that I
like,
don't like.
never go to a second location. Yeah. The second location is where that Twisted Tea
second
goes.
location is where the Twisted Tea actively goes.
That's really funny.
It's just bad.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Nothing good happens there.
No, that's a bad place to be. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I'm like, I was walking around today. It was a little windy.
It was very fucking windy.
It was very
today.
windy. So not a little. It was a lot windy.
We fucking working today. We were up on wires, like telephone wires and everything, trying to change equipment. And holy shit, I had to like hold on to my ladder and everything.
You need like a holy shit handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was nasty.
But like, I'm just shocked at how nice it is in January, bro.
It's fantastic.
I'm a little worried.
It's supposed to get worse.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's
Okay.
gonna
Classic.
get worse.
Classic. As everything melts, everything's gonna freeze again. It's a
Yep.
whole that we're gonna go through this cycle again.
Yep. I cleared off my stairs because I know this is the only time I'm gonna be able to do it for like the next week.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff, man.
But so nice to be only working in a sweater as opposed to winter parka.
Yeah, yeah. I was walking
Oh
around in
my
my like
God.
green shirt or sweater or jacket, which is like my favorite jacket. But that's like my fall jacket because like winter is like my Helly Hansen one.
To put in perspective, it's like what? It was like what? Minus.
I want to say it was like +2 today. You know what I mean? Like it felt like that. It was -2.
It was -2.
It was -2
With the
without
wind?
the wind chill.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I saw a funny thing on
Beautiful.
saw a funny thing on Instagram that was like, have you seen these videos of this guy that like, he's talking to himself, but he's like, yeah, bro, what you been lifting lately? And then he just progressively gets more sweatier as they talk to each other. Have you seen this guy?
No.
Okay, anyway, he had a really funny fucking video where chat, you'll know what I'm talking about. Imaginary chat. Chat, throw it in. Throw it in. Who am I talking about?
That's another callback to TV. Before I left, that was like a thing that we were doing. Anytime somebody did something like embarrassing or whatever,
Yeah.
or if we like threw something at each other and it hit someone, the immediate reaction would be to point at the cameras because we knew where all of them were.
Of course,
And
of course.
Chat, clip that.
Check. Chat, make sure you clip that. Anyway, he was talking about this. He was like, if the Weather Network was actually like not lying to you, it's just like, hey, weather, what's the weather supposed to be like today? He's like, the weather's supposed to be -4 degrees. But the wind chill makes it -12. It's just like, so it's -12? No. With the wind chill.
The wind doesn't count
Exactly.
unless you want it to count.
It's ridiculous. I remember Dag telling me, Mr. Dag, obviously from science classes,
teacher.
Physics and such in Elton. His address is no. I'm kidding.
I'm just gonna dox everyone.
Exactly. If we dox everybody, then nobody knows. You know.
No.
That's not how it works. But he was saying that like 30% chance of rain means that
30% chance of the area
30%
is going to get rain.
Yeah.
It's not
A
the entire
30%
area
chance.
has a 30% chance of getting rain.
Yeah. Which like still boggles my mind. That can't be true.
I hate it so much.
That can't be true.
I hate it.
But it makes way more sense than being like, could rain.
30% chance.
There's
like,
a
how do you know the
chance.
percent chance that it's gonna rain?
They're not like, it's not like a terms of condition or
they
like an app.
know it's going to rain, but only 30% of the area is gonna get it.
Yeah.
Which
again, I don't even know how they know that.
I feel like
Unless they control it.
I feel like they can kind of
Guesstimate.
They can guesstimate. What bothers me is I don't know what my area is.
Yeah, which part? Am
What
I
is
part of
the
that 30%?
parameters of my area?
That's the next evolution of weather apps, bro. They'll be like, you're part of the 30% run. Like, go.
like 30% chance in my area. Where is my area? Where does my area end? Where's the fence?
What's the parameters?
Where's my boundaries?
Get a survey crew in here. I want to know. Well, that was like going back to COVID. That was like the weird like, hey, if you're on this part, like if you're in the downtown region, you can go get your vaccination shot. And they were like, here's the boundary marks. I'm like, okay, so if I lived one house over, I wouldn't be able to get it for another 2 weeks. You know, it was a whole thing.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, it was fine.
Just say 30% of Brandon is going to get rain.
Yeah. We don't know
That's-
which 30% though.
It is 30%. We know it's going to rain in 30% of Brandon.
Yeah, but which 30%?
That's the thing. We don't know that.
God works in mysterious ways.
The weatherman is God.
Because he controls it.
He's the only one that knows.
I'm telling you. The government's controlling the weather, bro. Telling you.
Yeah, that's why California is on fire.
Yeah. They got rain. It was a very joyous thing for a lot of California residents the other day as they...
Yeah, did you see what Trump said
Yeah,
about it?
I don't want to fucking talk about that.
Oh, God. We're
Moron.
trying to avoid the elephant in the room for what's going on in the world. And we're going to
So, like,
continue to do that
For the next
anyways.
4 years. It's crazy. What? He gets 4 years, right? Or is there like a midterm? How do we initiate a midterm?
4 years. 4 years, unless he gets impeached.
He won't.
Or
He won't.
the proposal goes through that allows him to run a third term.
Well, hopefully there's some checks and balances in place that allow that to not happen.
Do you know the exact wording of it?
No.
You can run a third term so long as you haven't run 2 consecutive terms back to back.
Shut up. No, you can't.
That is
We can't allow that.
That is the wording.
They were like, no way that somebody gets voted out and then voted back in. And they're like, shit.
No.
Has that happened before?
I don't know if it has. I don't know enough about American politics.
Neither do I.
The only thing I know is that if they worded it any other way, Obama could have done the funniest thing ever.
Could you imagine? He'd win in a landslide, man. He's so tired, though.
Oh, I know.
He's so great.
But he would do it.
Here's the thing.
He 100% would do it.
Biden aged like sour milk. Right?
He did.
Like really badly. Obama aged very rapidly.
Wine.
Like, yes, but like he got gray.
Yes, he did.
I don't understand how Trump isn't fucking like decrepit. Because he probably just doesn't care enough, you know? That like he's not taking it seriously enough that it's like affecting him.
Enough spray tan and
Man, I guess.
good enough
Good enough to pay. Anyway, that's our Trump segment. We'll update you next time with our next.
We'll
Just
update you
Chatting.
when the borders start moving.
Yeah. The Gulf of Mexico, Canada thing. Anyway, we'll get away from that. Garbutt, I'm not sure how long we've been recording, but I feel like it's been.
Does it have a timer?
Oh, it does. We've been recording for 55 minutes. Look at us go.
Hey,
baby.
look at
Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, God.
Anything? What's going on with Noah Land?
Do we want to talk about the draft?
The draft?
The
Oh, they don't
draft.
know about the draft. That's
Yeah.
just an us thing.
That's just nuts thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I'm going to throw this in here, actually.
Okay.
I never announced the results of last year's Fantasy League
Right.
for the podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, you announced it to us, and
I announced it to you guys.
I didn't like the outcome.
Unfortunately.
But, I thought this was going to be my year.
Well, unfortunately not. This year is going to be your year. Hunk Monkeys?
No, it won't. It's going to be my curse. I'm never going to win this thing. Everybody else has won it so far.
Where is it? Good morning, gentlemen. The 2024 Fantasy League has come to a close, and with it, we've seen some incredible highs and lows. First place, Mike Gertzen, who wasn't on the podcast, to be fair.
He's dead.
He's not alive.
He's dead.
He's dead. They're all dead.
Why did we break out that Ouija board to get him to pick movies if he was going to kick our ass?
Yeah. Mike got 69 points. Nice.
Well done.
Initially, I said that Noah got second with 36 points.
I was so happy about that.
Third place, I put myself with 32 points, and in fourth, Brad with minus 45 points because he chose Madam Web.
Right, that came out last year.
Yeah, crazy stuff. And then I said,
There
wait,
was an amendment.
I forgot to include Nosferatu on mine, which I did. So I had 45 points in the end, and I beat Noah.
This is the equivalent of the election with the mail-in votes and everything.
I was thinking more like the Steve Harvey thing, where he was just like, "There's been a mistake," or like the Moonlight thing at the Oscars, where it's like Moonlight, and it's like, "No shit, sorry,
No, actually,
yeah, that was tough." La La Land. I think La La Land was the one that they called, and they were like, "Moonlight, you actually won." And then La La Land was like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Oh, I thought La La Land.
I can't remember what order it was.
Huh, whatever.
A lot of excitement.
That was a few years ago.
Yeah, I think that was like 2019.
Still haven't watched La La Land.
Neither have I. But like, so many people are telling me like, you got to watch this movie.
People say that about a lot of movies.
I know. Yeah, I know. I watched a movie over the weekend for research for my project, my creative writing project about like man with dementia, and it's called The Father. It came out in 2020. Anthony Hopkins, Olivia Colman, and it's the saddest shit I've ever fucking seen, man.
Dude, dementia is
I'm like
gut wrenching.
And like I'm gonna create a story that's gonna be gut wrenching. That is the point. But yeah, it's tough. So there's that. On a dour note, you know.
On a dour note. Anyways, the new draft that we have that we're just running.
Yeah. So like not official, not public, but Noah, myself, and Mike are running like a fantasy league for games and stuff. Just games.
Just games.
A little too nerdy for the podcast at this point, so we kept it to ourselves.
Yeah.
But Noah's got a StatCast.
I actually feel really good about it.
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great things.
I am worried that I've filled up my roster rather quickly.
And that's my thing. That's what I'm saying.
But I got some pretty good ones on there.
You do.
I know the one that says like I'm only supposed to get like 6 points on it. The game before it did 83.
Citizen Sleeper? Citizen Sleeper?
No, Tales of Iron 2.
Oh, right.
Says that I'm only supposed to get like 6 points.
Okay.
I don't think that's right.
Don't trust that. Don't trust that.
That's right.
Don't trust projections. Trust your heart.
Well, I trusted the projection with Yakuza.
Yeah. Oh, you'll make points on Yakuza. Don't worry. Yeah. Good stuff. Great stuff. I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. I got Monster Hunter Wilds and GTA 6. You can't beat me, bro.
If
GTA 6 comes out.
GTA 6 comes out.
If GTA 6 comes out. We'll see.
And if the Riot fighting game doesn't fucking tank.
I don't think it's going to tank.
We'll see.
Everybody played it in the beta and they were like, this game rules.
We'll see.
All right. Folks, we're nearing the end of the podcast.
The beers are dry.
I still got a little bit of beer.
Some of us take alcoholism more seriously than others, I guess.
I don't drink anymore.
I don't either.
Like, I was...
cream whiskey is still my favorite thing, and I've
never had it, obviously.
That's because your body doesn't allow you to enjoy some things.
Doesn't allow me to enjoy a lot of things. I'm not going to lie.
Where's the list?
It's on the fridge. Can't have this, can't have that.
Let me tell you, Randy, once they come out with dairy-free cream whiskey...
They're not going to do that. That's so specialty. And they're going to charge like 40% more just for being like, oh, it's dairy-free.
What if we just take regular whiskey and pour it in dairy-free, like almond milk or something?
Ew. Don't put milk with alcohol. I'm going to say it. I know like everybody's be like, eggnog. I'm like, shut up. Don't.
That doesn't count.
Bailey's, I understand. kind of.
White Russians.
White Russians aren't good.
I don't think
They're just popular. They're just popular because of fucking Big Lebowski. They're not good.
That's fair.
Paralyzers, not good. It's called a paralyzer. You don't want that.
You might get some pushback on that.
Bring it on. Hot takes, part 3. Don't like them. Obviously, I don't like them. I can't have them. I feel bad after having them.
How can you hate from outside the club when you can't even get in?
That's exactly my entire fucking life. That was me shitting on Subway in the fucking fast food restaurant episode because I couldn't eat it. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. Where was I? Oh, I was trying to finish my beer before I
Before the podcast.
I did have an idea. This is what happens. I talk too much. In like, obviously that works for a podcast.
It works perfectly because I don't talk nearly as much. Like even like at home, Sam is the one that tells me all about her day and everything.
Yeah.
And I just get to listen and I love it.
Mm.
And then she asked me what I did at work and I'm just like, oh, I just went up on hydro poles and changed some stuff. Like that is the extent of my day. Or
You get the 2-second report.
I drove to Killarney.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I talk too much, and anytime I go out for supper, if I am having supper with my parents at the house,
You're the last one to finish
I'm
supper.
always the last one to finish because I just won't stop yapping. Because I have this weird thing where I can't sit in silence. Like, dude, I'll be fucking walking around my apartment. I'm like, I need either a podcast, a piece of music, or I need to start talking.
You know what psychological trick would work wonders on you? Is if you were trying to hide something, I just wouldn't respond to anything that you're saying, and eventually I bet you it would come out.
No, I'm okay. Here's the thing. I like filling the space.
Yeah.
But I also really appreciate silence when it's needed.
But when it's like
Awkward.
an interrogation or whatever.
Nah, bring it on.
It's like
I'll yap your ear off about anything but the thing you want to know about.
But that's like a whole tactic. When you ask a question.
Car salesmen do it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Lots of people do it.
Yep.
Fucking lots of like bosses and stuff will do that.
Yeah.
Is that they'll just let the air sit.
Yep.
And it just makes everyone so uncomfortable.
It's the worst, actually. Ugh. I just hate that pregnant pause. I hate that awkward silence, man.
Oh, I love pulling it out on
That's
people.
the worst. It's the fucking worst. Yeah.
Especially like hard eye contact and everything. You just
Oh, you're the king of that shit. To the point where I'm like, okay, we're done. We're done. I always break first.
because I struggle with making eye contact, but when I want to make somebody uncomfortable,
You know the tactic.
it works.
You know what's
It's
up.
fantastic.
You
I
know
love
what's
it.
up. Yeah, that's the thing. So I finished my beer, just as a heads up. But yeah, I'm always the last one to finish because I just won't stop yapping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great stuff. No, this has been fun. This is a nice change from the regular setup. I do miss the booth. That was my fun. Because like it's a bit of echoey in here.
A little bit.
There's like
I'm sure. Like I can every time we say
I
something.
know, every time-
I swear I can hear.
it
your
does.
light.
It reverberates
like,
off that fucking
yeah.
chandelier, bro, or whatever that is.
It's a light.
A light, Anyway.
Chandelier. It's hanging.
a fixture.
Yeah,
That's what they're called.
there it is.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this up here, folks. I want to give some quick shout-outs. First of all, to Daniel Mosionier. Forward, editing, creating music. And being an overall wonderful fella. It's reverberating a lot. I don't think the mics are picking it up, hopefully.
I
But
really hope that they're not.
Yeah.
Because
That
you
could
know,
be bad.
kudos to Dan
Yep.
for
Really
for
appreciate
going
you, Dan.
through all this audio and
He's going to be like, bro, the decibel levels were so off. I'm like, that wasn't the biggest problem, Dan. I'm not going to lie. Secondly, I want to thank Cassie Gertzen for running our fantastic social channels. And she's very, very generously giving up some of her time to help me. And she'll like text me and be like, hey, I have an idea about the podcast. I'm like, Cassie, you're the fucking best. You're a great
that's
collaborator.
fantastic.
I want to thank the well, we're not in the Creation Nation.
You don't have to thank them.
I want to thank the Randy McLeod apartment
for providing this all right space.
unideal situation for recording. Yeah, you can get in touch with Randy McLeod.
Here's my socials.
Here's my socials. Check them out. I thought about like opening up like a doc to be like, do you want to be on the podcast? Fill out this doc. Maybe we hit you up.
like an application.
Yeah, kind of. What would you bring to the show? What would you bring to that joke?
What do you want to talk about on the show?
Yeah. And that's how I weed out the people that are probably going to be like using it as like a, well, okay, so Trudeau. It's like, okay, but no, we're not doing this. Delete. Anyway, I do want to do another guest episode, but maybe someday. It's just too much to coordinate sometimes. Where I'm just like, I have to talk.
I feel like if we ever have any guests on here, we'll kind of go back to a little bit more structure.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not going to bring somebody on here and then just yap them. Just start talking.
And then finally, thank you, the listener/viewer. Really appreciate it. We're back 2025 better than ever. Let me tell you, keep it going. And then after I move, we don't know what's going to happen. We haven't talked about that yet. We'll figure it out. We're
going to let that elephant just stay in the room.
Absolutely. Hey, he's chilled over there. If we don't touch him,
stay over there.
He doesn't bother us. We don't bother him. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Noah, thank you so much for joining me for this lovely beer chat.
So next time we're going to be doing shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
I don't do shots. I just don't drink anymore. That was the topic I wanted to get back to. Maybe next time, but like
that's fair.
So anyway, special occasions
for next time.
Yeah. Folks, thanks so much. We're gonna have a lovely evening, and I hope you do too. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay woke.
Oh God.
I'm kidding. Okay.
It's a
have
dog
a great day.
Whistle.
Have a great day. Okay. Bye.
See ya.
And then I said, like that's the thing. Whenever we finish the podcast, we push the microphones away.